Hey there tech fans, Rick here again from the O-Ray team with an overview of the HDS-401 4 input, 1 output HDMI switcher. This product allows you to select from up to 4 different HDMI inputs and send that selected media stream to your monitor or widescreen TV at the push of a button. The product fully supports 4K media, including ARC, and also provides audio extraction capabilities that will strip the audio component from the media stream you've selected and allow you to pass that audio through the optical SPDIF or the analog connection to an external amplifier for better quality sound. The kit also includes an infrared remote control that makes your selection very easy from a distance. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with an unboxing of the product just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the 4x1 switcher itself and explain the connections and indicators. I'll list the features and functions the product provides. And finally, I'll come back and actually demonstrate just how easy this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you open up the box, you'll find the 4x1 switcher. You'll also find a 5-volt DC 1-amp power supply. You'll simply plug this end into any standard wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connection on it, which plugs into the DC input port in the back of the unit. That's all the power you'll need to operate the product. Also included is an infrared remote control that makes that selection from a distance extremely easy. You'll also find an infrared extender, and this is nice because if you put this inside of a cabinet, you won't be able to use the infrared remote control with it. So what this does for you is plugs into the back of the switcher, and this unit, along with the sticky tape, can actually be attached outside the cabinet, and this will pick up the infrared control signals and pass those along to the switcher. Also included is a warranty card in case you have questions later on. And finally, a full instruction manual that explains connection diagrams, specifications, and other details you'll need to understand about the product in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned, next I'll take a closer look at the unit and again explain the indicators and connections. Now I'll take a closer look at the main components included with the kit. You'll find the 4x1 HDMI switcher, a 5-volt 1-amp DC power supply. Simply plug this end into any standard wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connection on it which plugs into the back of the unit, and that's all the power you'll need to operate the product. You'll also find a remote control that allows you to easily select which input is sent to which output, as well as control other functions of the switcher. Also included is an infrared extension cable, and that's really handy if you're going to mount this inside of a media cabinet because the infrared remote control needs to see this infrared receiver right here, and if it's inside a cabinet that's blocked, you can simply plug this into the front of the unit and locate this outside the cabinet with the sticky pad provided so the infrared signals can get to the switcher. The switcher itself features a full metal enclosure, which makes it incredibly durable and helps to minimize outside interference from causing any issues with the sensitive electronics inside. On the front of the unit, starting on the left, you'll find a power switch. You can turn the unit on and off by tapping that button. The minute you add power to the unit, it starts an internal power on self-test. When it passes that test, it'll light that LED letting you know it's ready to use. To the right of that are 4 input indicators, 1, 2, 3, and 4. When you connect media devices to the back of the unit, this product will test the resolution of those media inputs. It'll also check the quality of the cable. And once it's finished that check, it will light the LED of the currently selected input. To the right of that is an output indicator, and the same thing happens there. When you connect the monitor up to the back of the unit, it'll check the quality of the cable, it'll check the resolution of the monitor, and light that LED letting you know the connection is solid. To the right of that are 2-channel, 5.1, and 7.1 channel indicators, and those pertain to your audio. So if you're using the EDID switch to switch between these to find the right selection for your particular setup. To the right of that is an ARC indicator. If you decide to use the ARC function of HDMI, you can tap this button here to turn it on and turn it off. You have a choice between using that ARC function or using the standard SPDIF or analog outputs. To the right of that is the infrared receiver, and again, if you mount this inside of a cabinet, you'll plug the infrared extension cable in right there and locate that receiver outside the cabinet. To the right of that are 4 switches. Input, where you can step through the 4 inputs by simply tapping that. EDID, where you can switch between the different audio settings. ARC to turn ARC on and off, and then a reset button on the right. If you tap that, it'll reset the unit and take the first input and send it to the output, and then you can select again. On the rear of the units where you'll make all your connections, starting on the left, there are 4 HDMI inputs, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These connect to your media devices that you'd like to choose between to send the output to this HDMI connection, which connects to your monitor or your widescreen TV. To the right of that are 2 audio outputs, the non-ARC outputs, Toslink for optical, and stereo for analog. To the right of that is the DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. You'll plug the barrel connector in there, and you're all set to go. The O-Ray HDS-401 is compatible with a wide variety of media devices, including computer systems, media players, digital video recorders, streaming devices, and DVD players. The product's features include full support of 4K media content, 4 HDMI inputs, and 1 HDMI output. The product is HDMI 1.4 compliant with ARC support. It provides audio extraction through both SPDIF and 3.5mm stereo outputs, and the kit includes an infrared remote control for easy selection. Now I'll show you the connections you'll need to make to use the 4x1 HDMI switcher with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, I've set up 3 media players on the bottom that are all displaying a different image to make it easy to tell them apart, and a Roku player on the top. And those are my 4 media devices that I'll connect up to the switcher and show you that I can easily select between them and send the output to my monitor. Over here I've set up a single monitor. This could be a computer monitor or it could be a widescreen TV. It's your output device. Now the first set of connections I'll make are the 4 inputs to the switcher, and I've already connected up 4 HDMI cables here, and I'll plug those into the HDMI input ports, number 1, number 2, number 3, and finally number 4. And now I'm ready to add my output device, the monitor, and again I've connected an HDMI cable up there to the HDMI output port in the switcher. Now we're all set to go. I need to add power, and then I can turn it on and we can start showing you how the selections are made. So I've already plugged the power supply in, barrel connector to the DC input port in the back. Now the unit's off at this point. To turn it on, I'll tap that button. The minute I turn it on, it immediately starts an internal power on self-test where it's checking all the electronics to make sure everything's working fine. It's also checking the resolution of the media devices and the resolution of the output device to make whatever adjustments are needed to accommodate for the resolution of those media devices. And there's the first device. Now to switch between them, I just tap the selection button right here, and that'll switch to number 2, which again is a different device. It takes a second for it to register what the media stream looks like, and then it'll output it here. That's the Roku. I'll tap it again. It'll take me to my 3rd input, which again is a different one of the media players. That's a game console. And finally, the 4th input. And again, it's taking a second between those selections because it's making whatever adjustments are needed to give you the best possible picture. And some of those media players have different resolutions. I did that on purpose to show you how this can accommodate for the different input resolutions to the same output. And it really is just that simple to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the HDS-401 4 input, 1 output HDMI switcher helpful. This product allows you to very quickly select from up to 4 different HDMI media inputs and send that selected media stream to your monitor or widescreen TV. And you can make that selection using the buttons on the front of the unit or the included remote control. The product fully supports 4K media content, including ARC, and provides audio extraction capabilities that will strip the audio from the media stream you're passing along to the monitor and allow you to send that through the analog connection or the digital SPDIF connection to an amplifier for better quality audio. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks for watching.